shaken up.
From the 25. Pass is complete. Taken down to the 17-yard line by Juwan Johnson.
Is just incredible. But look, listen, both of these teams, both these quarterbacks, I love here how in the second half they have both responded and been able to rise to the occasion that their football team needs.
See Taylor maybe getting that ankle retaped. 2nd and 9, so it's Sermon's gig for the moment. Sermon taking on tacklers. Gets into the second level. Porter takes a hard hit, a little bit late to get to his feet. Remember Indianapolis last year, 9-8, they just narrowly missed the playoffs. Really the only significant move, the most significant move by Chris Ballard was to...
Checking back on the Jags, trying to extend their lead to 2 possessions with a touchdown, but they need first downs first, and they need to not turn it over. That was dangerous. Houston had hands on that ball, but it was still 3rd down, so the Texans will get the punt back. C.J. Stroud with a chance to be a 4th quarter hero. You've got Joe Flacco, who will not get anywhere there on the run, will the Colts. Another update. Here we come for the Green Bay, Minnesota game. Let's go and check back in at Lambeau Field. This game was 28-7 for the longest time. Green Bay scored last time out, and look out, the blitz from the blind side got home on Sam Darnold. Ball is loose. Green Bay football. There's still 11 minutes to play in this game. The Packers back in life. Keyshawn Nixon was the defensive back who Sam Darnold in the pass protection did not see coming off the blind side. Ball loose, Packers ball, and that's going to be near instant red zone for Green Bay. The Denver Broncos need any type of a score here to take the lead. 3rd and 4, they'll run for it on 3rd and 4, and the Jets defensive front stuffs them at 9.5 minutes. Doubt that the Denver Broncos would go for it on 4th down. This to make the game a 2-possession contest.
Yeah.
And Matt Gay is up and good. Indianapolis 27, Pittsburgh 17. 6 minutes to go before Joe Flacco and the Colts can hang the first loss on the Steelers of 2024. Pittsburgh going to the air after getting the turnover. Down to the 5-yard line, down to the goal line. Touchdown, Green Bay. Touchdown, Green Bay. And the Broncos were in field goal range, so they're up and good. The Broncos take the lead on the New York Jets. So just like that, sudden changes in both of these games. Denver on the road. Aaron Rodgers gets the football back to be a 4th quarter hero. And now there's pressure on the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold the next time they get the ball. Well, they'll take a look at that. Did we have a cleat or any body parts out of bounds as he was leaping to the pylon? You've got a field goal attempt for Carolina, and that's good. Make it a 1-possession game for the Panthers. Green Bay has scored 20 straight points against Minnesota, and we'll see the touchdown stands. They're in the huddle to go for 2. Let's listen in at Lambeau.
All scoring plays are looked at in New York. They've given the thumbs up. He indeed was in, now going for 2. Love. It's a 6-point game. Crest again. 3rd down.
What is happening?
Carr over the middle, complete. 1st down. Olave takes it all the way down to the Falcons 1.
And here's Olave. He reads this beautifully. Him and Derek Carr, they recognize the blitz, and he cuts his route short, gets inside of D. Alford for that completion. Take a look at Derek Carr. He sees it the whole way, doesn't allow for Bates to get there, and him and Olave on the same page to get that completion.
Falcons call timeout to make sure they have enough time if and when the Saints score.
That's right. Now they're trying to conserve time, and Olave is going to hobble back to the sideline, and he was just hobbling before. Now, I don't know if it's anything of injury or if it's just a package. As you notice, Kenny, you have jumbo package in there. Oli Udoh is actually declaring himself, so he's an offensive lineman going to play tight end in this situation. This is where they really miss Taysom Hill. We haven't talked about him. We know the injury. He's been out this second half, but this is where they used him with those quarterback power rolls to get the touchdown early in the game.
Kamara and the fullback Prentice in the backfield. Carr looks to go over the top. And he is stopped. And now the Falcons use another timeout.
So he was trying to do what Drew Brees was famous for. Drew Brees would get up there, and then he would just jump in and stick the ball out over the goal line. And
got a 3rd and 2 for the Pittsburgh Steelers as Justin Fields left side. George Pickens over the shoulder makes the snap, and Pittsburgh's not done yet. They need 2 scores. George Pickens moving them into Colts territory. 5 minutes remain there at Lucas Oil Stadium. 1:48 here. What's interesting about the dynamic in the Saints-Falcons game, Atlanta has now burned all of their timeouts.
Carr will try again in a different fashion.
Fields quick drop, delivers again. This time it's Van Jefferson. That's the first time he's been...
Let's check out Derek Carr. If he makes any traction, then you got to give credit to Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata, Eddie Goldman. Those defensive tackles, they're getting the push on the offensive line, not allowing Derek Carr to sneak it in.
They did to the ground game with Harris. Archie saw Tomlin pacing that sideline. They, of course, got the quarterback decision that they'll eventually have to make with Russell Wilson very close to coming back from that calf injury, potentially ready this coming week. Can Justin Fields win these kinds of games on the road?
Yeah, so far, again, I love the way he's playing in this second half. He had the fumble, but how he's been able to respond has been impressive.
Fields fires incomplete. Once again, looking in Pickens' direction. Good coverage there by Jones. Field goal here makes it a 1-score game. 2 timeouts, 3:45 as they ready for a 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, and because they were able to get the chunk play, they've been able to get down here with some pretty good time left on the clock. So the worst thing that can happen here is a sack and let 40 seconds or so run off the clock. So he's either got to have it or he's got to throw it away, so at least they can kick a field goal without wasting more time.
Fields near side, it's caught. Touchdown!
He is in for a Saints touchdown.
You know, Kamara never gets enough credit for how
that ball does cross the line before his knee or any part of his body touches the ground. But look at the shots that he takes. He catches that, Spiro. He catches that on almost the 4-yard line.
for the touchdown. Bowls over Mike Hughes as well, grabbing onto his legs, and bam! Look at that toughness. Give Alvin Kamara his flowers, man. He plays tough, runs between the tackles, and does a great job getting that touchdown.
Returning home, the Atlanta native, Georgia Mr. Football, or his high school days. The extra point gives the Saints a 1-point lead.
And so now there will be 60 seconds and no timeouts for Kirk Cousins to try and get into field goal range or better. The Cincinnati Bengals trying to work some clock in the 4th quarter. Zach Moss loses yards. They said he didn't go out of bounds, though. They said his momentum was stopped. Penalty marker down as well. But the bottom line is the Bengals will eventually have to punt at the end of that drive. 3rd and 15 for the Texans, needing a score to take the lead or tie it up. And overshooting Nico Collins is C.J. Stroud. Time becoming the enemy of the Texans. The last Jags Trevor Lawrence win in the regular season was more than 300 days ago. It was Jacksonville at Houston towards the end of last regular season, and Lawrence has not won since. but the Jags in position to get a victory with the 3.5-minute mark, possessing the football and a 3-point lead.
The Saints secondary, remember, no Tyrann Mathieu, so they're going to have to really be on their P's and Q's with Kirk Cousins and this offense.
Saints with their first lead since 14-10 early in the second quarter. Falcons will start from their 30 as McLeod takes a knee.
Just seconds ago, the Rams needing a touchdown to get back in this game at the 1-2 mark, and Matthew Stafford is intercepted. Jaquan Brisker, who's made several plays in this game, picks off the Rams, and the Bears defense closes out a Chicago home victory. The Chicago Bears will go to 2-2 on the year. The Rams will drop to 1-3.
Falcons looking to get into field goal position for Koo. His career log is 54, so they would need the 36-yard line. Here's McLeod. Falcons out of timeouts. We've seen late game magic from Kirk Cousins on numerous occasions with both Washington and Minnesota. Second down and 5.